All right, let's be real for a minute. You know the feeling, that sudden, almost electric surge of energy. An idea hits you, a goal snaps into focus, and for a short, glorious moment, you feel absolutely unstoppable. You're going to get in shape, you're going to start that business, you're going to learn that skill, and you tell yourself, this time it's different. This time I'm motivated.
And you know this cycle, don't you? You know it intimately. It always starts with that powerful burst. So you go all in. You buy the gear, you draw up the plans, you work for hours on end, fueled by nothing but pure excitement. For a day, maybe a week, you feel like a machine. But then, well, then something shifts. That initial fire starts to flicker. The feelings change. The work starts to feel, like work. Boring, repetitive, hard. And just like that, everything stops completely. Those new running shoes start collecting dust, the business plan sits half-finished, and that project you were so passionate about just becomes another source of guilt.
So you're left there, in the silence, asking yourself that same tired question. I was so motivated. What happened? And you think the answer is you just need to try harder, right? That you just need to find that spark again. So you scroll for another video, another quote, another hit of that temporary high, thinking that if you can just get motivated again, everything will magically click into place. But you're wrong. You're asking the completely wrong question and you're chasing the completely wrong thing. Here's the truth you've probably been avoiding. Motivation didn't fail you. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. It gave you a spark. The real failure was yours. You relied on something that was never, ever stable. You built your entire plan on a foundation of feelings, and let me tell you, feelings are the most unreliable construction material on the planet. You're trying to build an empire on sand and then wondering why it collapses every single time the tide comes in.
So, let's break this whole thing down. If you want to beat this cycle, you have to understand the enemy. And the enemy isn't your lack of willpower, it's your addiction to a feeling. It's time we do a little psychological breakdown of why your motivation, why your feelings will always, always fail you in the long run.
So what is motivation, really? At its core, it's just an emotion. It's a chemical reaction in your brain, right? A little hit of dopamine that feels good. And your brain loves that quick, easy reward. But it's a total trap. It's like sugar for your soul. It gives you a sweet rush, spikes your energy, but it's always followed by an inevitable crash that leaves you feeling even worse than before. And motivation is a fair weather friend. It's there when things are new and exciting, but the second the work gets hard, the second the novelty wears off, it is gone, vanishes without a trace.
And this right here, this is the crucial point. You cannot build consistency on something that just disappears. You can't build a career or a physique or a meaningful life on a feeling that comes and goes with your mood. Relying on motivation is like trying to power a city with a lightning strike. Yeah, it's a spectacular burst of energy, but it's gone in a flash, and then you're left in the dark. It is useless for maintaining anything of real value.
Okay, so motivation is the problem. What's the solution? Well, let's put the two forces side by side. Motivation. That's a feeling, but discipline, that's a decision. Motivation is emotional, it's totally unreliable. Discipline, on the other hand, becomes part of your identity, and that makes it consistent. Look, motivation is great for starting things, it's the spark, but discipline is what finishes things. It's the engine that keeps running day in and day out, no matter what the weather is like outside.
Think about it. Motivation is loud. It's a roar. It gets you all fired up, makes you want to shout your goals from the rooftops. And then, poof. It's gone. But discipline? Discipline is quiet. It's not some flashy hype video. It's not a big public announcement. No, it's the cold, calm storm that builds inside you. It's that quiet voice at 5 a.m. that just says, get up, time to work. There's no negotiation, no debate. It is the relentless, silent execution that happens when nobody's watching, when there's no applause, and especially when you least feel like doing it.
To really get this, let's imagine two people walking two completely different paths. They start in the exact same place, with the exact same goal. But here's the thing, they operate on two completely different systems. This is a tale of two mindsets, and I promise you're going to see yourself in one of them. Okay, first up we have the motivation follower. This person's actions depend entirely on their mood. They wait to feel inspired. They'll binge watch videos, listen to podcasts, scroll through quotes, just looking for that next hit of dopamine to get them going. They only act when they feel excited. But the very moment the work becomes boring or repetitive or difficult, which it always will, they quit. Their life is just this constant, frustrating cycle of start, stop, restart. They make a tiny bit of progress, then they lose it all. They're completely trapped, just experiencing endless frustration with zero real, lasting growth. And their inner monologue is always, I just need to get motivated again.
And then we have the discipline builder. This person operates on a totally different code. They made a decision, and for them, that decision is final. They act based on that commitment, not on some fleeting mood. They show up when they're tired, they show up when they're sore, they show up when they are completely 100% unmotivated. They get that the root of laziness is just a craving for comfort, so they deliberately choose the grind over comfort. And through sheer, boring repetition, they build consistency. Over time, this consistency leads to real, undeniable, compounding results. While the motivation follower is still stuck at the starting line, over and over again, the discipline builder is miles down the road and their lead just grows every single day.
The real turning point for the discipline builder was a simple but profound realization. It was never about feeling motivated. It was about learning to act anyway. They understood that their feelings are irrelevant. The alarm goes off and your body's screaming no. Doesn't matter. You're broke, you're tired, and nobody's clapping for you. Doesn't matter. The mission doesn't care about your mood. The decision to act was made, and feelings have no say in the execution. That right there is the fundamental difference between being average and being undeniable.
And let's be perfectly clear about something. Less than 1% of people are born with some kind of extraordinary gift. They're geniuses, savants. For the other 99% of us, if we want to achieve anything great, anything of meaning, there is only one path. And that path is going to require discipline. It's going to require you to push through the discomfort, to embrace the grind, and to do the things you don't feel like doing. That is the truth. Greatness doesn't reward the lazy or the comfortable. It crowns the relentless.
So how do you actually make this shift? How do you go from being a motivation follower to a discipline builder? It's not about just trying harder. It's about installing a completely new operating system, a system that removes your emotions from the equation. This is the discipline system, a no-nonsense protocol for action.
All right, let's get tactical. Here's the system. Step 1, just stop. Stop waiting for motivation. I mean it. It's not a bus that's running late, it's a ghost. It is not coming to save you. Accepting that is the first real step. Step 2, create structure. Vague goals are just wishes. I'll work out more is a wish. Structure is a rule. I train at 6 a.m. Monday through Friday. It is non-negotiable. Rules kill the debate before it can even start. Step 3, act. This is the heart of it all. You execute based on your commitment, not your comfort. You need to burn this into your DNA. Your feelings do not matter to the work. The work only cares if it gets done. Step 4, repeat. You're not trying to build Rome in a day. You are just stacking one single brick. Do one small, non-negotiable thing today, and then you do it again tomorrow. Consistency is how all those small efforts become an unbreakable wall. And finally, step 5, design your environment. Your willpower is finite. Stop testing it. If your phone is the enemy of your focus, get it out of the room. Design an environment where doing the right thing is easy, and doing the wrong thing is a pain. Make discipline the path of least resistance. So the whole point, the crucial takeaway is this. You've been chasing the wrong thing. You think you need more motivation, but what you actually need is more consistency. Motivation is a luxury. Discipline is a necessity. Once you truly understand that, the entire game changes. You stop looking for a feeling and you start building a system.
And think of it this way. Discipline isn't just some tool for success. It's a mechanism for survival. It is the armor that you build piece by piece every single day that you show up when you don't want to. And when the storms of life inevitably hit, when you get tired, when you face setbacks, when everything goes wrong, that armor is what will allow you to survive and keep moving forward while everyone else is drowning in a sea of their own excuses.
And this brings us to the final, most important difference. Motivation is the spark. It's that exciting temporary boost that gets the car started. And yeah, it's essential to get you off the line, but you can't drive across the entire country on a single spark. Discipline. Discipline is the engine. It's the complex, reliable system that just keeps running mile after mile through sunshine, rain, and snow. It is what actually gets you to your destination. The spark is fleeting, the engine is what you rely on. So I'll leave you with a question, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself right now. How many projects have you abandoned? How many goals have you given up on? How many times in your life have you just stopped moving forward simply because you didn't feel like it anymore? The answer to that question, it's going to tell you everything you need to know about why you aren't where you want to be. And it's going to show you exactly what you need to change. The choice is really simple. You can continue to be a slave to your feelings, or you can decide to build the discipline that will finally set you free.